Todd Kohlhepp is one of the newest names on the list of infamous American serial killers. Just what did he do and where is he now? Here's a quick rundown. Todd Kohlhepp was raised in South Carolina and Georgia and was a child of divorce and abuse, Inquisitor notes. His early life was marked by a contentious relationship with his stepfather and a grandfather who beat him using a cattle prod. The violence he endured at home started coming out toward classmates and animals, and according to All That's Interesting, it became so severe that he was placed in a Georgia mental health hospital when he was just around 9 years old. He would eventually be diagnosed with a borderline personality disorder. After begging for years to live with his biological father, Kohlhepp moved to Arizona to live with him, but the neglect continued. According to Greenville News, Kohlhepp's rage boiled over and he committed his first recorded crime when he was 15. Incensed at a girl that often rebuffed him, he used his father's gun to force her into his home, where he bound her with duct tape and raped her. Kohlhepp's mother, Reggie Tagg, explained,
"He had a crush on her and he wanted her to be his girlfriend. And Todd went down there and got her and brought her home."
Kohlhepp was convicted of kidnapping and sexual assault and began his prison sentence in 1987, ABC News reports. If you or anyone you know has been a victim of sexual assault, help is available. Visit the Rape, Abuse, and Incest National Network website or contact RAIN's National Helpline at 1-800-656-HOPE. The Arizona Republic reports that most of Kohlhepp's rule violations in prison were categorized as minor, but did find some larger infractions in a Department of Corrections report. He was involved in fights with inmates and didn't respect the guards. After 3 years, Kohlhepp attempted to have his sentence commuted. Kohlhepp claimed to be rehabilitated. He wrote in a letter, "All I want is one chance, the chance to become a productive and responsible member of society." A prison coordinator stated in a letter of support, "I am confident he will be a positive influence to his future, family, and society upon release." But Kohlhepp's request was denied, and he'd go on to cause more trouble. A highly redacted section of his disciplinary record notes that Kohlhepp instigated a lockdown after he was missing during roll call. He was seen making a run for it in the yard. In another incident, he attempted to obtain a prison shiv. Kohlhepp started a fight with a fellow inmate who possessed a screwdriver. In the tussle, Kohlhepp made him move to steal it, but was caught. The Arizona Republic notes that before the incident, a fellow inmate claimed that they overheard Kohlhepp plotting to, quote, stick someone. After his adolescent years, Kohlhepp avoided further disciplinary action. According to Greenville News, he obtained a bachelor's degree in computer science from Central Arizona College. He still wrote a few letters, but they were about small issues such as protesting the denial of his Maxim magazine subscription. After serving 14 years, Kohlhepp was released in 2001. After his release, Kohlhepp moved to South Carolina. He used what All That's Interesting described as a highly padded resume to get a job at a sports apparel company. In 2006, he lied on his paperwork to obtain a real estate license and omitted that he was on the South Carolina Sex Offenders Registry, Greenville News reports. When the licensors noticed the crime on his record, he talked his way out of it.
He submitted a letter essentially just downplaying the entire conviction.
That same year, he became a private airplane pilot, licensed to fly single-engine planes. Global News reports that Kohlhepp later claimed that the license allowed him the opportunity to commit other crimes. According to the Associated Press, in 2007, Kohlhepp graduated with a second degree in business from the University of South Carolina upstate and managed real estate sales in North and South Carolina. He built a real estate firm that he ran out of his Moore, South Carolina home. Kohlhepp bought property that included a house and 95 acres of woodland. But Kohlhepp didn't maintain a completely innocent facade. CBS News notes that he earned a bad reputation at the local Waffle House as being a creep to the waitresses. One waitress and her husband were later killed and found buried along with 3 other bodies on Kohlhepp's 95-acre woodland property. When one of Kohlhepp's employees, Kayla Brown, and her boyfriend Charlie Carver went missing, police scrambled to find the couple. WYFF reports that after pinging the location of her cell phone, investigators found her chained inside a shipping container on Kohlhepp's property in the fall of 2016. Kohlhepp had shot Carver dead. Kayla Brown gave police leads, which led them to search Kohlhepp's property and to suspect that he was a serial killer.
Did he ever tell you how many people he's killed out there?
Story-wise, he told me about 4.
They carefully combed the area looking for Carver's body. Carefully avoiding the open bear traps under the fall leaves Brown had warned them about, police pulled 3 dead bodies from Kohlhepp's property, according to Greenville News. Evidence of 4 other murders surfaced as well. ABC 13 reports that in 2003, Kohlhepp attempted to return a motorcycle, was denied, and laughed out of the Superbike Motorsports shop in Chesney, South Carolina. Kohlhepp returned later, killing the store's owner Scott Ponder, his mother Beverly Guy, and store employees Brian Lucas and Chris Sherbert. Greenville News explains that if Kohlhepp had been put on trial for his crimes, it's likely he would have gotten the death penalty. But prosecutors reached a plea deal to avoid a lengthy trial that would have put strain on the victims' families. Kohlhepp pleaded guilty to multiple murders as well as other charges and was sentenced to 7 consecutive life sentences with no possibility of parole.
He waived all his appeals, waived all his post-conviction relief. He cannot file any of those.
NBC reports that Kohlhepp is serving out his sentence at Broad River Correctional Institution in Columbia, South Carolina. According to Greenville News, he has avoided infractions for his behavior, but has made waves in other ways. Early in his incarceration, Kohlhepp was in protective custody for unknown reasons. Prisoners are usually placed in protective custody for their own safety or the safety of the general prison population. Along with 30 fellow inmates, Kohlhepp filed a lawsuit over the treatment of inmates in protective custody. The suit claims that prisoners placed in protective custody missed out on basic rights, such as access to medical care or opportunities to decrease their sentence. As of 2018, Kohlhepp was out of protective custody and in the prison's general population. He reportedly works as a ward keeper's assistant.